This is DAW. If you're thinking of getting into the world of music production, then this is for you. Whether you're a beginner or even if you're just curious, if you have a good sense of rhythm, you have a good sense of timing, then this is for you. Sometimes an unexpected inspiration could play a big part in any music production. Sometimes you're just driving or you're just walking along and all of a sudden a tune just pops into your head. Something you've never heard of before. You start humming this tune. You start imagining a whole composition around this tune. Sounds good to you. This is inspiration, and one that will need capturing. Many would hum the tunes and record it in their phone, bringing it back to the studio and laying the tracks. Could you see yourself doing this? If so, this is for you. Greetings and welcome to King Earthquake Studio. This is a spin-off of King Earthquake Sound System. My name is Errol Arawak, and this is my den. I've been a music producer for over 2 decades, maybe 23, maybe 24 years or so. My specialty is dub. I also produce reggae quite a lot, but I specialize in dub. My productions have circulated the globe quite a number of years, and even a couple of bars into the tracks, people would recognize it as a King Earthquake production, purely because my style has its own uniqueness. Over the years, people have been asking me, how do I create my music? I could be at a festival, I could be at a dance. People would just ask, where do I start in my production? Do I start with the bass? Seems to be the most common question. If you listen to any of my productions, you could easily understand why. My answer is no, not necessarily. I could start with the chords. I could start with melodies, or even drums, or even horns. If you listen to one of my production called Hornsman, you would see that. So basically, there is no right and wrong formula in starting the tunes. Most studios nowadays use the aid of a sequencer. It's a software that you can buy and install on your computer that will enable you to create tracks. There are a number of sequencers on the market. I use Logic Pro X, made for Apple Mac. Why? Because in my opinion, it's simple to use. Plus, it has a few different built-in synthesizers. EVP, ESX24, ES1, B3, etc. etc. And each synthesizer comes with its own banks of instruments already programmed in, so you really don't have to go out and buy extra plugins of instruments just right now. Most of my tunes is built with just one synthesizer. It has many banks of instruments already built in. Banks of drum kits, banks of pianos, banks of organs, banks of keyboard, banks of horns, banks of guitars, banks of bass, banks of orchestral kits, plus many more. So now, by public demand, I'm going to take you on a journey of how I create a piece of music in my way, Errol Arawak way, King Earthquake way. I will create 3 or 4 videos of step-by-step instructions on my way of producing a dub. 1. I will give you an insight of how I choose my instruments and how I lay my tracks. 2. I will show you how I create intros. Could be drums, it could be a melody, it could be both. I will show you how I create my endings, and I will show you how I musically decorate the middle part of the tune. All this in preparation for the mixing stage. 3. I will show you how I mix my tunes the old-fashioned way on a mixing board such as this. Logic, however, has its own onboard mixing facilities, but for me, I'm old school. When I get a choice, I prefer to do things the old-fashioned way. So, this is how I will show you.